Hey guys, what's happening? I keep seeing faith on my coaster, right? And I have another coaster that says, find your happy. Today's Saturday, June 13th. And I was playing with the Psychic Tarot. And the waiting game came out sideways. You're outside the circle. That's what I just saw. You're outside the circle. It's showing that what we spoke about earlier, that cyclical thing, how it's cyclical. It's not a straight line. It's not linear. Roots run deep, right? And then truth came out. Look, you're on scales. You're on one scale. And you're seeing like into the future. And I saw 1, 2, 3. Right? Finding your way back to balance and walking through that portal, right? And then emotional withdrawal came out. But it just looks like someone meditating at the ocean. Instead of like this, it's more like this, like outwardly. Anyway. Let's just take the words out of it, and then what comes to mind? Peace, serenity, balance, coming back home to self, right? Because you've been working on yourself, doing your meditations or whatever, we're taking that off. But that is what has opened up the beast in you. Look, he's got white hair, right? We could say that's Odin even. The beast within. Finding your inner power, coming back home to yourself. Did you hear that horn? Beep, beep. Which led to victory and success. And then we had emotional loss. I heard when I saw that, let's take that off. What I heard was, oh God, I just lost it. Coming back to your heart center. All of this sitting and meditating brought you back to your heart center. There's more of that cyclical thing again, right? And here we go. Planted the seed. The seed is growing. You're not really by yourself, right? It's been the waiting game. And then it's full-blown fulfillment of wishes. There's even I was going to say an ice chest. How funny. Maybe somebody's out on the river. Why are you watching that? No. You know, somebody's picnicking or something, barbecuing at a waterfall, parting the water. I was even getting with that. Yeah. At the bottom we have that coming home to self, that cyclical, igniting the light that's in you. Your third eye illuminated with light. You know, all this prosperity beginning, right? Getting your material harvest. That light, your solar plexus, igniting within yourself. Triumphant success. suffering in silence, blah, blah, blah. You know, we always hear that shit. Over it. Just remember, your higher self, spirit, Father, all of them, they want you to know that you're amazing. And miracles come in mysterious ways. Finding perfection in the pause. Nothing's perfect, but, you know, finding the pleasure in the pause. Interesting, those are all the same color. Right? So things matching. Finding the match. Because you're the game changer. Change your perspective. I'm hearing things are looking up for you. You've had to grow through certain things. I'm getting, you did not understand, let alone understand it, but you did it anyway. You felt the push, the pull that you just had to. You don't know why you had to walk through that fire, but you did it anyway. 616. It's a number sandwich. 6 wrapped around a 1. Here's you are amazing again in a different color, right? In a different light, in a different color. I was getting, that could be an actual call too, like an actual phone call, as well as answering, you know, the call for. With that shifted timelines, they showed me something real quick, and it was like that other card that we had, like that cyclical thing. It's like jumping from different timelines in this time, but being able to move along these different shifts, these different timelines, you know, like Donkey Kong, being able to go on different levels. Donkey Kong, how funny. So, you know, what are you thankful for today? What relaxing in the flow. You know, I'm hearing, why do the dead follow you? Because you're like a beacon of light in the realms, in the dark realm, in the in-between, in the void. They can see you. But you're not always paying attention. You've gone through a lot. Is this what you really want? Because you are getting it. Be careful what you wish for type energy, you know? Read that. There's that. Is this what you really want? Because you're getting it. I just heard I'm grounded in my truth. In something higher than yourself is what I was getting. But it came, I heard what came through somebody's energy was, I'm grounded within myself and my truth and what is expected of you or what you came here to do. There's answer the call, soul family. Looks like a mirrored thing too, doesn't it? With the whale and the dolphin. It's funny, we got to answer the call again. That's what you're on now, a break. There's going to be a break in the silence, maybe between you and somebody. That's what you've been working on, boundaries. Boundaries with yourself. What you will allow, what you won't allow, what feels good and what doesn't feel good, How do you feel? How does it make you feel? Like, I'm going to tell a little story about myself here and then answer the calls on the bottom. Rite of passage, crossing the threshold, coming out of your cave. Answering the call. What is your soul calling you to do? And this is why you've been in that hermit in that cave, because you've had to get down to the nitty gritty, the deep down and dirty things within yourself, the stuff that's been hidden, because you're a grown-ass adult now, and as a child, you don't remember things because that's how you were able to survive. It was your defense mechanism. Now you're having to deal with everything that has happened. That wasn't your fault. We're talking when you're a child. When you're a child, they put you in places, you're around people, you do things, and you have no say. But only you could do it. The breaker of chains. You may not, I'm getting like, you may not be fancy, you may not be famous. Fuck, you could, you're just a nobody. I'm just a nobody trying to tell everybody all about somebody who saved my soul. Yeshua, right? Break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. Yeah, you've been doing all that. I'm getting people bumps all over. And you feel like you keep hitting these roadblocks. No. Yeah, we're to move forward. Yeah, you get all this information, blah, blah, blah. And then it's like, here comes the storm. Here comes the rain again. Right? What lights you up? The Council of Light. Moving past those patterns. Just because nobody says anything to you, you impact people's lives, especially the only people that you're in contact with. Silently, they watch you. Silently, they learn from you. And some of them would rather pull their eye teeth than to give you any kind of compliment on how great you're doing. But you don't need that. So, tricks on them, right? They're the foolish ones. You no longer need outside validation. You don't, because you took that leap. Or you're getting ready to. Leap into something different. You're like, I could fucking fly? It's Neo. Takes off, right? You go first. The universe will catch you. But all of this stuff, I'm getting chills all over, full body chills. All this stuff has led up to the point of where you're willing and you have the faith to leap. And you had to go through hell to get there, right? Come out of the cave. Persecution, expression. There you have it. The initiation coming out of your cave. Sharing your voice. Sharing just your presence alone speaks enough. That's quite a bit. It's quite a bit. Yeah. Akasha, your guidance is divinely guided. It's written in your Akashic records. I mean, it's always going to be, right? But you had to do what? You had to come into alignment with yourself and set those boundaries and come home to yourself. And that's what you're working on. It all had to crumble. Your old life, your old self, you're grieving. You've been grieving everything, the loss of people, but the loss of your old life and self, because this life and what you're living now is completely opposite, and it can feel like, you may even think like it's you're being punished. But it's the crumbling, it's the breaking. You freed your mind, you freed your soul. That's why you were unbound. You had to get to the unbound part. You had to be persecuted. Jesus said, in my name, you will be persecuted. You're the keepers of the earth. Releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. Releasing the trauma that happened to you. Past lives, but this life. But this life has been hard, and I'm hearing treacherous. And you had to get past that. Because you're here. You're here. You're here. To harness that light, to help anchor in. This is your Sophia. I'm hearing Sophia's calling, right? Barbados, Sophia. Through the pleroma. Fell and got trapped and created the archons because it was without the light. Star Mother. Council of Light. You're bringing the light back. I mean, that's what Yeshua came, right? Yeshua came to do what? Break that cycle. To bring the light back to the earth. And it's taken thousands of years for this to come about. It's a twinkle in the spirit. There's no time, right? You're under Star Mother. How can you mother yourself? Oh, yes. You want to help others, but you can't even help yourself. So, thank you. I'm getting that. I'm learning. It's a process. There's no set time. It's cyclical. Remember, it's happening. It's cyclical. It's like a spring. Divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. Look at all those people you have backing you, boy. Right? Trust your path. Look at the portal. God, it's beautiful there, isn't it? The Great Gathering. Yeah, that's coming soon. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? That's the hardest part. That's the part you're growing through right now. Learning to depend on what's unseen and what's unknown. You're protected. Look at this, the Great Gathering. I'm hearing few are called, which is, it's supposed to be many are called, few are chosen. But again, are you thinking of the human? Or was it already set in stone and already written in the stars? So it's always been you. It's always been you. There's no, you had to do anything here to do anything. It's like, which contradicts everything I was saying before in a way, what they were talking about. Coming home to yourself, allowing that to happen. But is it a choice? Is the illusion that we actually have a choice? Leap, the crumbling, Council of Light. Yeah. So instead of going first, we're going this way. The crumbling had to happen, right? So you can leap. You go first, they said. Just come home to yourself, they said. Just do the inner work, they said. It'll be great, they said. You just got to get through it, they said. And it's true, but most can't. Most can't, because it gets to be very, very difficult, and everything seems to be different. All right, so now we've got, this is messages This is Stephen Farmer, messages from your spirit guides or whatever. So you got polar bear. Stand up for yourself and speak your truth respectfully and compassionately with no attachment to outcome. Yeah, that's what you've been working on. That's what you've been getting through, right? Does that not hit home for you? Like in a nutshell, I just heard tiger, and I heard tiger doesn't change this. Oh my God, we're at 20 minutes. We got to stop. I saw 20, now it's 2026. You're being called upon to provide leadership, so trust that you're capable of doing so. How perfect are these two cards? And we're going to leave it there. No, they said, here's a spider. They said, what's on the bottom? Trust the creative spark you're feeling and express it through writing stories that inspire and enlighten. Some of you are writers. Artistically, they said, what's on, look at peacocks on the bottom, but what's on the top? Manatee. Accept the situation as it is rather than fighting to change it. Yeah, it's that going with the flow. What's in the middle? You got weasel. Be silent, pay attention, and simply observe with your eyes, ears, and physical feelings what is happening inside and all around you. That's so important. That's what you've been doing, whether you realize it or not. Let yourself stand out and be noticed. It goes back to that, oh, you're old as dirt. You know, you're too old to be wearing pigtails. And da, da, da. I'll do whatever the fuck I want. It's my human. And if it makes me feel good, and it makes me, what does it fucking matter? Express yourself. It doesn't hurt anybody. So what? Let people laugh. Let people point and stare. You stand out for a reason because you're meant to. You're not meant to be like everyone else. Why would you want to be like everyone else? Why would you want to be a sheeple? Nah. You know what I mean? Fuck all that. You got penguins. And they mate, or penguin, they mate forever, right? The period of darkness that you've been experiencing is now passing. 303, but it's really 203, so it's that dark side of the moon, right? And look, we ended up with polar bear on the bottom, so there you go. This moon, tomorrow is the new moon, so allow, thank you, blue heron. Make a stand for what you believe in and do what feels right in spite of any judgment or disapproval from others. It's exactly what we were just talking about. I love how this works. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. New, old, ones that haven't even shown up yet. We appreciate you and we love you. Thank you for sharing your energy here, because first of all, even our fans, no matter what happens, we are transmuters of energy. Whatever comes, it is met. It is matched. It is met head on. Where there's light, darkness cannot be there. I saw 23. So if you light a match in the dark, in that one spot where that light is, no darkness can be there. And now you have the star. Shine bright, beautiful diamond. A dream come true. Believe in yourself. The end of a difficult situation. Everything we've been talking about. I love the shit out of you guys. Namaste. Peace.